this is a big one, and I've asked a project executive that I respected a lot what the answer to this one is, but I'm going to ask you. When you think about the real objective of a project manager, going back to that loop, what is their actual mission, so that we can bring it home for the listeners?
Okay, so the actual mission is
Yeah.
I'd go back to the book by Patrick Lencioni, Five Dysfunctions of a Team, and a quote in there that says, if you could get all of the people in an organisation rowing in the same direction, you could dominate any industry, any market, under any conditions, at any time. If you could get everyone, the PM's job is to get everyone headed in the same direction. If he could do that, you'll build any project under any circumstances, ever gets thrown at you at any time. That's my opinion. In my opinion, that is his number one job.
I love that, and kudos to you for pronouncing his name right. I always get that wrong.
That takes a lot of practice to get that right, especially for an
Yeah,
Aussie.
because
You've heard the saying, right? Those who can do, and those who can't teach or coach. In fact, been guilty of saying it myself because I was never a fan of the school system. Never had any respect for how hard it is to actually teach and coach. But when I look back on the best tradesmen that I ever worked with as an apprentice, they did all three. Do one, see one, do one, teach one. They taught us, they coached us. Every fix that stays in one person's head because all they're doing is doing turns up in more rework, turns up in us going backwards. This whole issue that we keep speaking to at the moment, we don't have enough labour. We don't have the skills that we used to have years ago. Of course we don't. We stopped teaching and coaching. Those that can only do don't teach and coach. And we need to teach them how to teach and coach. I always thought that feedback was the key to this. Then I watched a video just this morning by my good mate, Christian Bukosis, who I did an interview with just the other day. Now this solution that he's going to tell you right now is counterintuitive, because we've been told, particularly by the personal development industry, we have to provide feedback. Okay? It conflicts with the current measurements that we do. I gave them lots of good feedback on that. Everyone moves our best excuses why we don't get out in the field and teach and coach. Stop pointing to the board, Bernie, and I'll stop trying to go there. And it creates a fear of blame that now that we know about it, we have to go and do something with it. If you're watching these videos, then you're prepared to do something with it. Here you go. I'm going to let Boo tell you why you should ban the word feedback from leadership. He's going to give you a dead simple process, which funnily enough we've been running, that will help you do it. I never even thought of using the process this way until I watched this video.
If I was a leader, I would remove the word feedback from my lexicon. I would never, ever use that word, because your job isn't to provide feedback, it's to push people forward. So the problem with feedback is...
Only one thing I would add there, our job is to pull people forward. From a lean perspective, that's semantics, right? We want to pull, not push.
It's an observation. It's not reality. And unless you engage the person in the conversation and you ask them, and this is why the ORCA technique is so elegant, and instead of giving them feedback, sit down and say, what are you trying to achieve? How's it going? What do you think the problem is?
Imagine you walked up to some people on site. They had something slung up the completely incorrect way. They're just trying to get the job done. We stop. Hey guys, what's the intent here? What are we trying to achieve? We're trying to get this bit of pipe into the pipe, right, Bernie? Okay. So what results are we getting? Well, we're really struggling to get it in. We can't get the chain block hanging exactly where we want it. It's a bit of an issue. Okay. What's caused those results? Well, we can't get a hold of the crane. So I've got it slung up incorrectly to try and cheat to get in to where we want to go. Okay, all right, so what can we do to improve this? What actions do we need to take? We need to get the gear here that we need to do it properly, that we need to be able to do it properly. We need to plan better. We need to verify a full kit before we start next time. Next time we need to scope the job out better. Go and have a good look. Make sure the crane is ready, or the crane's booked, or we have everything that we need to be able to get that in one shot.
And if they answer it really well, guess what? They've just had the tough conversation and you didn't have to say a word. And if they struggle with it, well, your job is...
How much more effective is that than going in, going, what the expletive deletive are you doing here? You've slung that up incorrectly. Incident, stop everything, stop the job. We do want to stop. Getting everyone offside, everyone defensive. Instead of using an ORCA process to have the tough conversation to go, this could go pear-shaped here if we don't improve this. What can we do better? Guess what happens then? You've taught and you've coached. You've now given them a skill to be able to take away the next time when you're not there and you don't see that happening, and improve the process of doing the work.
Coach them with it. And why did you think that? And where should it be? And what is a good expectation? And then you mutually agree something that the person can control, which is, hey, John, let's just try this one thing.
You mutually agree with something that the person can control. You guys can run this ORCA process next time. Next time you get a job like this and you don't have the right tools to be able to do it, go back to David Marquette's book, Turn the Ship Around, use the words, I intend to. What do you intend to do about it? Because what you've set up is a failure point when you just go in and what the hell are you guys doing? We're just doing what we're told. Approach it from the ORCA perspective. What's going on here? What's the intent behind what we're trying to achieve here? What's the mission? What was the objective? What were we trying to do? Get them the power to do it better next time.
Tomorrow and see what happens. And what you've effectively done is remove the stigma of feedback, removed the emotion of having a difficult conversation, and actually given them something to do tomorrow to help them be better and feel good about themselves. If I was a leader, I would remove the word.
That's exactly what this catalyst loop does. It removes that word feedback. Lets them see the signal, let them stop and fix it, stop and improve it. Let them share the learning. This is where the teaching comes in. Spread the change. Let them do the coaching as well. It's not just about us becoming the coaches. It's about everyone. See one, do one, teach one. Doing that on the project every single day. Imagine if we had a project where everyone turned up and did that every single day. I actually physically put these on when I'm going out in the paddock to coach. I do it when I'm in workshops. I don't have to wear a hard hat. I've got the coach's hat on. Got it on today for a specific reason. Collar goes up, put the whistle on. That's a trigger for me. How about you? You're in coach's mode now. Not doing, not telling. Get out there and coach. Better people make better projects. Right. So, we're going to, let's pop that off for a second because I haven't. Claude, bring our old mate Claude up. Run an ORCA process right now. So you can say one, then you can go and do one, and then you can share one. Something's going on there with the video. She stalled a little bit then. But we'll see how it comes up. Projects, ORCA Live. Ready. Welcome back to another ORCA Live, April 6, 2026, 14.4 minutes, 1% of your day. That's what we keep it to. Not letting this get out of control or become a monster. But if we spend 1% of our day focus on this over the life of a project, that's going to have a massive impact. That's going to compound for something huge. Step one is the objective. We're locking in exactly what we set out to do today. What was today's objective? Today's objective is to run this live on the difference between doing and coaching. Have you done ORCA with your team yet? Hot dog or not a hot dog? Simple process. Want access to my Claude bot here that'll run you through it? Just reach out. So Claude ORCA, just DM me that. That's WhatsApp up in the corner up here. Look at that, Ben's got his finger in the right spot for once. Or you can DM me on LinkedIn. Good objective, run a live session on the difference between doing and coaching. Did it happen? It's currently in progress. So we debrief and midstream. How's it tracking so far? Are you where you want to be with it? Yes, it's tracking very well at the moment. We're exactly where we want to be with it. Good, so no gap yet. Let's chat back at the end. What's the one thing that made it land and well so far? So I shared a video from Christian Bukosis on why we shouldn't be using feedback and how we should be coaching with the ORCA process. That made it land. I gave an example of if we come up to a crew out in the field, rigging up a piece of pipe, we can run that exact process rather than jumping up and down and accusing people of doing the wrong thing. Good, so the content landed because you grounded it in a real example because the audience could see themselves in it. Keep running. What's the objective for the rest of the session? The rest of the session is to give them an example of how we run our ORCA so that they can take this away and use it themselves. This is a question that I could probably ask you. Is there a way for me to be able to share this easily, create somewhere where they can go and use Claude themselves the exact same way that I'm using it with my prompt? Yes, two options depending on how you want to move it. Option one, simple, share the ORCA live prompt as a text file or Google Doc, then copy paste it into Claude and run their own debrief. Zero friction works today. Sharper, build a dedicated Claude project with the ORCA prompt locked in as a system prompt. Anyone give access to can open it and it's already set up. No copy pasting, just set up. So ready and go. Which one fits where you're at right now? I would like one that I can give for people to use in construction school. So option two. Perfect, that's the action coming out today. Let's finish the session, then we'll lock that in as an ORCA action. How's the live tracking? Are you close to wrap up? Yes, we are. We've just got to do who does what when. I think it's all we've got left. Just step us through the rest of the process as you normally would. Actions are the whole point. Small, specific, who does what by when is what changes tomorrow. One cause today. The audience doesn't have a simple way to run ORCA, causing ORCA themselves using Claude. One action. Beanie builds a dedicated Claude project with the ORCA prompt locked in, ready for construction school participants to use. Done by when? I would like to have that done by 5 p.m. this afternoon. Benny builds the ORCA Claude project for construction school by 5 p.m. today. 8 days, 8 debriefs. Today you didn't just run the process, you taught it live, grounded it in real field example, and ended with a direct path for the audience to run it themselves. That's compound effect on air. See you tomorrow. Right. Reach out if you want to get access to that. Tomorrow, I'm actually done a new job. So I'll be doing, teaching, coaching, doing it all live. Not doing. No one can accuse anymore of those who can do, those who can't teach and coach, because we were doing all three like the tradesman that taught me how to be a tradesman did. Have you run ORCA with your team yet? Drop a hot dog or not a hot dog in the comments, and we'll speak soon. They told me you can't do that here, Beanie. It might sound good in one of your books, but this is a construction site. You can't build a learning environment here. But I didn't start with a touchy-feely feel-good program or some poster. It started with a shelf. One shelf, a few books, a marble, a cricket ball, and a football. That's how you build a learning environment. Not with noise, but with signals. Signals that say, we improve here and we think here. We actually give a about getting better together. Human beings don't just need motivation. They need a purpose, autonomy, and a shot at mastery. When you build that into your environment, your team will grow and they will improve. And what happens next is they start to own the change with you. You want to build your culture? Start with a shelf.